the questions that was asked was regarding the processing of people that are arrested in courts. I think it's going to be important, and I'm going to ask the media perhaps as you get time that you encourage the debate or the discussion surrounding the legal system in our country, because until the public understand what it takes to process a person through the system, people are going to be frustrated. So in this instance, when you find someone with consignment of drugs, for instance, you're going to arrest that person if you suspect that it is drugs, but the drugs must be taken to the forensic lab for testing to confirm. So if it's confirmed that it is indeed drugs, then we have a challenge that we now have to place that case on a court room. With the number of prosecutors we have, and the number of presiding officers that we have, and the number of arrests that are affected by the police, then the system in courts get the list becomes too long, the court roll becomes so long, and the case is delayed because of that. And then comes the time when the person eventually the case matters placed on a court roll, and the person has to be taken through the administration process. The chances, and I'm saying this not necessarily because it's made by me, but the chances of finding a person who's dealing with drugs in a small consignment sent to prison are very small. The person who's got a big consignment of drugs, definitely they end up in correctional services. But the ones that you might be referring to, that you find on the street, for those to end up in court, they might be convicted. But for them to end up in prison or in a correctional service, it is very rare. Why is that? It is because of the overcrowding already that is in our correctional facilities. So what courts end up doing, they convict them, but they give them alternative kind of punishment. Is that a deterrent? Is there any rehabilitation that happens in the process? What we see as the police is that we are cycling. We take them through court process, and they get found guilty, and they're given a lesser sentence. They come back to the street, they continue doing the same thing. So that's why you're going to see members being frustrated that they keep arresting and arresting and arresting. So it is unfortunate because it is what it is. That's what the police can do, but the challenges are beyond us. I always premier refer to Mr. Lucky Dube, who once said in his song they would be building more prison and they will not be building any schools anymore. I think we've reached a stage in our country that we must build more prisons because there's just criminality in every angle we get. That's why our correctional facilities are full.